Montserrado, Grand Bassa, Grand Cape Mount, Bomi, Nimba to the seashore of Maryland and Lofa. We covered almost the entire country. Cool 91.9 FM. Stay tuned.
Folks, you're witnessing the Figo of His Excellency the President departing the compound of the Liberia Broadcasting System, and also outside Liberians. How you say you know who's living there? Yeah, see one way you went and played my version now, how they call it. You will know. Who's living on that way? I mean, I'll put it in the room. I'll get I'll probably go to the one that yeah. Check everyone. Check everyone. Get out. Yeah, but you can't show me your wow. I'll be at the station. You can't show me. Yeah, we need to do it on the road. And this thing, I like them, I think.
The message I hear of the band, the man to tell what it is, tell what is there, I hear of the band. It can be there. I be somewhere that nobody in your own department, nobody can say no. That you say I disagree. Anything they talk about, everybody will say yes, but I never have it. Now I do. What is it? All the children can use. You come around, you go to the place. But everybody get problem with everybody. How do you feel that? Everybody get problem with everybody get problem with. Who are you?
The people that are not doing very well are not putting in the simple parable forms so that the common man understand when I speak. When I believe that the previous people did not do well for us, and then I put it an attribute on how we're to do in the room. And I'll just an example. I think the common man understood the way I spoke in your time. And I was clear anyway.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Peter Jordan, on the front page Africa newspaper and from Today Library Television. You spoke about unity in the House of Representatives of Corinth. I disagree that the opposition sometimes rise up or against the ruling party. What do you mean when you say we have a single house right now and we still have opposition in the house?
Okay, so I was speaking from the idea that when you enter that place, when you enter the house of there's what we call party. We foster the country's agenda. So you can have, on any basis of parties decide to bring back or draw down an idea of the country. So I was speaking from the idea of all world, and there's what we call majority or minority. And that the opposition or party. Over there you saw there are fight, you saw mix or conglomeration of the parties. You saw United Parties, CDC, and all other parties, you conglomerated as a majority black. And you saw people too from even the United Party like George, the CDC from a minority black. I was speaking from the other that there are no more minority than majority than one. So that all the opposition or when the issue has been fostered is to develop and promote that we will all do for that. Like for example, budget. And we have said that we will get busy, we see and we put it together
Maybe it's a follow-up to that, and KOOL will come in. We're seeing that when something comes on floor, we see your police, 90% of them supporting you. What type of idea are you bringing forward that is breaking this kind of identity?
You know, we have people, I'm very first of all equal, and I call them all respect people. If any of them go through their problem, I take it to serious consideration. We have to take the people and bring to the issue to them. So when we bring this together,
Virtual DJ.
Okay, a pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Many thanks for joining the conversation again as usual on this, happens to be the 12th day and the 12th month, the 22nd day in the month of December, and the year stands at 2025. From all indication, it tells you that we are wrapping up 2025 to usher in 2026. But it's always a pleasure having you following the broadcast from whatever part of the world you are on Cool Radio Online, Cool 91.9, Cool YouTube Channel 2, and all of these like Cool 91.9. I'm waking up this morning. Yeah, it's promises to be good as usual. This is the People's Program, the Breakfast Info for Planet Program, that brings you all the turning events in Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one world at your doorsteps, in your offices, your home, your sick bed, at your business center, whatever it is. We'd like to say to all of you, Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous 2026. We all have come thus far. You know, it's been a difficult one. We look around today. There are a couple of friends. We all started the journey together. In 2025, today they have departed. We are not far better than them, but you know, that's life and these things happen. So you can question the Almighty God. So if we are alive today, let's say this thing clear. If you are alive today, don't think that you are better than the next person, and you place yourself in a position that your life in you is a life forever and you're untouchable. You cannot listen to anybody because you have arrived or you got whatever you want to have, and because you have to understand you must be united. There will be a lot of political differences, but we must be tolerant because of unity in diversity. Yeah. So once we start to live like that as a people, as a nation, and say, look, this person has the right to associate with this group or this associate, that will be respected. This person has the right to be part of this other religion. This person has the right to worship with this church, and you just name it. So that's unity. We must respect that at all times. But I like to welcome you where we walk the walk and talk the talk, and I usually have to shift the paradigm of our democracy. So, folks, welcome on this wonderful, wonderful Monday morning. Yeah, gradually. This is the 12th month in the year 2025. When you find yourself at this stage, be grateful to the Almighty God. The second chance, like usually said, they say to people, life. Every time you wake up in the morning and have the spirit to breathe, a fresh air, you should always think that that's a second chance in life. When you hear people talk about second chance, there is no second chance in death. There is no second chance in failing to reconcile people. So when you have the chance, you must be able to say, yeah, Lord, thank you. Allah, thank you for giving me a second chance. I'm up today. Because when you go there, you can no longer breathe. Somebody who you have gotten a problem with and refuse to resolve the problem, and the person dies, and you fail to reconcile with that person, you live with that guilt for life. And most of the time, that's one of the mistakes we have made. And we learn to regret it. You go to funeral, you won't cry, you won't wake the person, or you regret all of these things. So we have seen that with other. We hope people can learn from other people's mistakes. But I'd like to welcome you. We're into the festive season. The little we have, we'll all share together, and, you know. But we are hoping that things will be better, and we hope for the best in the next couple of years ahead of us as Liberians, as foreign residents in the country. But you know, the Constitution of Liberia, the 1986 Constitution, right about this time, usually in July or Christmas, but the Constitution provides, Article 59 of the 1986 Constitution grants the president that power to grant executive clemency to inmates, suspend fines, and there are a lot of other things. And in the next couple of days, we are expected, we're hearing that the president will also fulfill that mandate. It's a constitutional mandate. That Liberia's president has the constitutional power. A lot of times folks don't even understand it, don't know what the Constitution provides. Because we have listened over the past, the former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president Charles Taylor, former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president George Weah, current president Joseph Walker has done so and is expected to do so. But why it is true that the Constitution grants the executive clemency by the president, including pardons, the president can pardon and some people to death. You can commute those things to another thing, public offenses, except clemency, except impeachment. When you are impeached, no executive clemency there. Yeah. So, and these part of it always used around the national holidays or international holidays to release, sometimes the elderly people who are terminally ill, people who are sick, or people who are well-behaved inmates who have served significant portion of the time behind bars. So, the president, without power, the president in collaboration with the Ministry of Justice and the Correctional Bureau. These are folks who go, and we have always said this. Our country, I would like to be honest, our country, Nigeria, most of the time we sit in certain positions. We abuse power, we commercialize these things, and you see families. The president might not have the time to go to all of the prison facilities in the country. To say, they're asking how long you've been here, what crime did you commit, and want you to know how well you have been there behaving yourself, because these are some of the things, but not capital offense. Yeah. So you got to understand that. So what happened is that when you see, so the president only grant non-capital offenses. Talking about good behavior, doing incarceration while you're in jail, and vulnerability that you're elderly person or 50 plus, or you're sick, and in there, sometimes you look at the financial hardship, inability to pay minor restitution fees. Maybe you got some people who behind bars for years because they were being indebted to people for $50, $100. These are fees that when the president gets to know these things, they will suspend the funds. You're unable to pay that little fee because you don't have it. So these things, you are granted executive clemency because of the financial hardship. Your family outside, your relatives, your friends cannot even help you. There are folks who behind bars who have totally been forgotten. We have the chance to roam around here, and some of the people are pre-trial detainees, and this is one of the things that we are suffering from in this country currently. Some of the folks are pre-trial detainees. They've been behind bars for years without being tried. Some relatives even lost their loved ones before even being tried. You got something called abdication. You get somewhere, sometimes you find it so difficult to adapt. Imagine you knowing yourself to be somebody who walks around free. You decide where to go, what you want to eat, at which time you want to go to bed, and you've been confined because allegedly you have come in conflict with the law. And so somebody probably with a much bigger hand think that they can arm twist some things and say, let the president be there. So people take people to the court. And some of our magistrates, our lawyers, will be honest. Because every profession you'll find people who will be very unethical. Sometimes the financial gain is placed high above the ethical standard. So people rush ahead of time, say, when I'm American, or I will work out, no, you just send a person, spiritual vision, send a person to this place until, and sometimes people are there. Those who even take these people, they forget about them. They don't even run after those cases any longer. But the people of the Ministry of Justice and the Correctional Bureau and the Board of Appeal or Pardon, it is always good to do the honest thing. We have gotten reports on so many occasions of sometimes people trail these people. Yeah. You find people who commit murder in open. And when the president granting executive clemency at times, some of these people, their families, they go to these people, manage to pay money so they can free their people. Yeah. There are folks, you open the line, people will tell you. There are folks, ex-police officer, armed robber, who went to rob and kill people. And people who also discharged weapons illegally and took away lives. Some of them walking around the outside. There are folks who stay behind bars for crime they did not commit and yet to be tried. But because of the financial gain, you know the early part of this year, one of the correctional officers, especially the medical staff, heading the medical staff, well, they got involved into this matter where to get somebody released, they make up a story and the family gets something for you that, look, this person is so sick, so we're going to put the person on medical leave. And when these people come outside, they are free. Some of these people, the family already got money. As soon as they are free, they are taken out of this country. The next thing, they're out of Liberia, they're in Sierra Leone, they're in Ghana, they've gone to Nigeria and gone to other places, Ivory Coast. How to leave the country and how to go elsewhere that nobody talks about it. There are folks who believe they're behind bars and have left the shores of Liberia throughout other means. Only those who have the chance to tell the president, yeah, this. So let me honest to do the best thing. Let us not commercialize the executive clemency. For too long, we have gotten reports, times to all number on some of these things happening to our country. Yeah. You got folks who are there. There are some folks who went to to some of the prison facilities, the correctional palaces in Liberia, at a very young age. Some of them, they were minors. Some of them, they have never enjoyed the youthful days. Today, they are adults. Today, some of them, the families behind them have been totally destroyed. New family. Some people, the wives, have remarried, husband. Some of them, wives behind bars. Children have died with all you going to attend the funeral. Some of you, your fathers, their mothers. You have not gone to see your son graduating. You have not gone to see your daughter getting married. You see. And you know, under our law, a man is presumed innocent until he or she is found guilty after facing trial at a court of competent jurisdiction. Assumptions are not facts. Even if you saw a man broad day shooting and he has a team that can defend him, there is two things when you go to the court, and we have long lost that thing in Liberia. You either be guilty or that person be acquitted. So when you take somebody to court, you can't go there with the mindset that this person by all means should be convicted. And that's how we normally do it. And at times when there is no magnitude or the evidences are not substantial enough to convict anybody, the court will release, because the court will not manufacture. What you take there is what the lawyers and other folks will use. So when it is not strong enough, they throw it out. And so we know what some of the folks will take bribery. But we're asking our folks across the 15 sub-political divisions of our country, please give the president the right list. With those, even those who were convicted of crimes that they committed but have served the 50 plus or half of the term and have conducted themselves in orderly manner. You see the kind of behavior change in there. These are folks who should be given second chance and their constitutional rights be restored to them. And we're also asking the Ministry of Justice and the Bureau of Correctional, because we have seen these things times to odd number. You have to learn to publish the listing. And let's see some of the crimes these people committed, that people do not just see them. Because most of the time when we release people in this country, you just release them. They are not even taken to communities. And we want to be civilized. How do we? Because, you know, in Colombia, we got this tendency of stereotyping people. We got the tendency of stereotyping people only because you heard that a man allegedly raped and he's taken to court, yet to be tried, and he goes to prison and been there for a couple of months or years, and people run after the case, and they could see that those who cannot provide anything, we see that these people are just released. You wake up in the morning, you see the man who was accused in a community, he's back in the community. The community dwellers do not reintegrate him, but he still be seen as somebody who raped. But there were no facts. There was nothing to prove that he actually did what was being alleged that he committed. But he's back. And that man is remembered hugely for that crime that he was never found guilty of. So in sometimes a little bit of argument, and you hear people say, amen, even if somebody went looking for him, somebody looking for a social person, and he said, oh, and then somebody maybe new in the community cannot remember, do not know that person. The next thing, they say, oh, but I know a rape man. The man that they just free that guy from Grange-Jail Correctional Park, or they just free from Grand Bars or South Beach. And he lives with it for the rest of his life. Our folks from the legal system, our folks from the Correctional Bureau, the Ministry of Justice, we're hoping that in 2025 you will step up your game. Yeah. You will step up your game. Our prison facilities need to change. And we have spoken about this on this platform for a long period of time. And we're trying to overlook it. We're putting people behind bars and they're coming back in the society after being released without skills. They come back the same old person or even probably worse. They get to these places, they adapt, they are trained to some other crooked behavior. They, imagine somebody is in South Beach and still getting money. Somebody's in a prison compound in Nigeria, but yet selling drugs to other inmates. Because some of the very correctional officers are the ones who have been used in the process by their friends and relatives outside. Prisons are overcrowded. We have seen these things. Because we know that in July of this year, the president also granted executive clemency to 75 inmates, including those who serve or have served 50% of their sentences for non-capital crimes. Those unable to pay small restitution, to pay money back, and terminally ill people, elderly inmate, people who maybe there you 60, 70, 80 years, so you're in jail, but you're not well any longer, but you have gone 50% of your sentence. And these are folks, and there are folks who are not well. And there are folks who are behind bars because the financial strength of those who allege that they committed some crimes, they cannot match them, so they are behind bars. And they are connected to the high ups, the power that be. In our society, we got this tendency, and we think it is justice. Most of the folks who take people to prison, you feel justice has been served. And we have asked the Liberian National Police, our judicial branch, the Ministry of Justice folks, at times just sit on some of these platforms. Community outreach, engagement. Tell the people the procedure, why people go to jail, why people take people to the law. Because in Liberia, by the time you take somebody to the law, that person sees you as almost an enemy for life. That animosities are created. because they still do not have the education. Why the laws are made and to what extent is there to govern all of us. That you do not do things loosely, and because somebody violated your law or somebody reportedly or allegedly did something to you, you can't go to retaliate or take the law in your own hand. So you use the law to serve that person's punishment when that person is guilty. But we leave it vague. As soon as you take somebody to court and that person sees you, you must never speak to me, my children shouldn't pass in your yard, you should, we become bitter enemies. Only because those who should provide the education has failed miserably to do so. Yeah. And we hope that in 2026, a lot of these things will change. That the Ministry of Education will start to teach the younger ones who are growing or the procedure leading to court. Why do people, why do people go to court? And when you are guilty, why you go to jail? All over the world, in America or other places, in America there are some states where there's a law there. People who wrongfully are sentenced, and after a long period of time, people who go fighting for them and notice that the person actually did not commit a crime, states are paying millions of dollars back. Though it will not restore your life, but at least to some extent that you did not commit a crime and your civil rights and liberties were seized for a long period of time. Sometimes you come back, where do you start from? Some of the communities you left from when you come back, it's a whole changed new community. You don't even know. Some of your friends, you don't even see your friends again. Where do you start from? New family. You can't be asking for this and other friends. Oh, that person died. Oh, that person has traveled. So when the president and the criteria for granting executive clemency, I will tell you today, inmates serving over half their sentence for non-capital offenses. Maybe they send you to jail for 15 years. You have gone 10 or 9, 8, and they see the need, but you conduct yourself. Then another thing is they talk about good behavior. Your good conduct during your time behind bars. You're not involved into fighting. You are not establishing gang. You defy authority. Next thing, but when it's time to go in, you quietly in. You're out, probably reading your Bible or just finding something else to do, staying out of trouble, trying to mitigate some of the situation. And the officers there, they are charged to observe these people. They are charged to observe these people. People that the president will grant. The president may not know all of them. Sometimes it's based on the closeness and the proximity. Some of those who are near the president, or to the Minister of Justice, or whoever, the Director of Correction and Rehabilitation. But the bottom line here, we're putting people out and they come back outside to the outside world without any skill that they have changed and become a meaningful and contributing citizen to the country. These folks that we are putting out, we're into the festive season, so it's time that you make some money, Yeah. The Cool Cash Radio Entertainment giveaway. At least you can win for yourself 4,000 before the close of the show. A couple of individuals, you got *799 *11#. $100 to play. You play 2-3 times and see maybe your name pop up or 70% US. So keep playing this morning. Then they talk about vulnerability. Maybe you owe and your money, guys, people see it as a risk, but you have served half of your term. So, or you sick. Because you see what are happening? There are some sicknesses or diseases that are contagious. Once that person has it and sharing a room with other inmates, the possibility of these people being affected get in contact with it exists. So sometimes when the need be to see, no, this person is seriously ill and we can keep this person. Yeah, or sometimes you see that this person might not just make it. So at times you see that this person can be released, the family can come and take this person. Yeah. Because some of you folks, the family are called in the morning or in the middle of the night to go and pick up bodies. They die there. We are saying it is true that folks are there who committed heinous crimes, and their civil liberty are already been seized. But they also have other rights. But those who are released, their civil rights must be restored and taken to the community for reintegration, meaning you are going back into the society. You are going back to your community, that people do not see you. If you did and were convicted and went to prison, and after serving a term, upon your return, you must be able to be released to the community, even having a community engagement. That look, this person is a new person. This person's civil rights are all being restored. So please do not see this person as somebody who committed this crime and say being seen at that person. But we got this problem now in Liberia. No rehabilitation, no reintegration, and we got technical and vocational schools here by government. In other countries, people are earning degrees beyond that. Upon the return today, some of them are totally different set of people, just because of that second chance. Some have become pastors. Some came from there as a professional plumber. Some were there reading law. And a whole lot of things some have done over a period of time to change. But in Liberia, it is something that is so different. You go to jail, you come in jail, you're not afraid to go back. It's just the same thing. Even when you're there, sometimes you think that you enjoy it because you can croak people while in jail. You see people coming from prison, they get more than 200,000-300,000 on the same car. How? And you that are outside walking, you can't even have it. Somebody telling you, they're calling you from so area, you have won this thing for yourself, you want that thing for yourself, and all of these things are happening into our country. But folks, I'd like to say to all of you, welcome to this edition of the Morning Ride, and we're going to talk about some of these things because some of these things are necessary to talk. We play politics to almost everything, but these are issues that we have failed to address. And the purpose of the executive clemency is for the president to demonstrate compassion and commitment to justice, promote rehabilitation within the correctional system, addresses overcrowding and humanitarian concern in prisons. We still yet to address these things. We still wait for people to take food for inmates. Sometimes we are told some of the clinics, no medicine there. Yeah. But the executive clemency excludes those convicted of capital offenses or serious felonies, So the president again granted to everybody. But the president has that constitutional right to do that. But the people who are supposed to be educating you on some of these things will now want you to know some of these things. So they prefer to keep these things away from the people. They prefer to keep these things away from the people. You know. And when we talk about the issue of capital offenses, we are talking about serious crimes that can lead to death penalties such as murder, treason, espionage. You know, these offenses are considered heinous, that they warrant the ultimate punishment, often involving death in other countries for us, because we end capital punishment of death sentence, so we commute it to life. Just in the year alone, Saudi Arabia executed over pretty close to 300 plus people for drugs-related offenses. You know, some of the countries they don't, you know, we got the MVTC. You got the Youth Agriculture Training Institute. There are a lot of other places that we think government can give or support. And when these people are brought from these places and back into, you see them, they're a whole new person. They're a whole new person. You see this man now, oh yeah, you're full-fledged or professional carpenter. Today he's outside opening a woodworkshop and facing chairs, benches, living rooms are set. People going to projects. He paying taxes, employing people. His focus now would not be on going back, but he comes from prison with no skill. After spending 10, 15 years, or 6, 7, 8 months, and the man comes from there, or the lady comes from there, we all even know how to bake, make it sew, do the tie and dye. Why you see folks at the prison facility are sewing the inmates, they're sewing their own uniform, the clothes are brought there. And they earn small sum of money to buy maybe grocery and other things. You want to buy this soap? Some of them who could smoke, I can smoke, and they could buy the cigarette. There are a lot of other things that they can do in the process. But we see a total different thing in Liberia when it comes to how people go to jail, how our president, grand executive clemency, and those who are around to at least, but rather at times, reportedly, people pay. You got some folks who, their friends or their parents are out of this country. And around such a time, they'll get into others and say, man, what do you think? Who do you think we can talk to make sure that my son or my daughter, my brother, my husband, or my wife form part of the people that will be released based on the compassion of the president forming his Article 59 of the 1986 Constitution. More than we live. You pay. Why those who should be released, who have served, who over the period of time conducted themselves while behind bars in a more orderly manner. And we bring these people, let us not just throw them. And these things can always, you know, even at the level of the immigration, how many persons in Liberia know on a daily basis or monthly, how many persons are deported right to Liberia back? Because most of the time when we have a deportation, we need to in America, no. It be for any other countries in the world. The other part of this month, I was somewhere at the airport. I was at Farmington, so I decided to stroll to the airport. And immigration had then gone to receive some deportees. You know, not everybody, some of the folks will commit the kind of a crime, but based on sometimes the people are sent back, but they are deported. And some of them go, they don't even know the law in those countries, and they get in conflict with the law, and they will send it. Or probably the kind of association or where they are caught. But you have some of the guys in the bus, and we're using the center finger to people who pass. Imagine they send you from America. They bring you to town, and you still putting your hand outside and insulting. So I kept looking. But these are folks, they will bring them and they allow the parents go sign for them. Their relatives go sign for them. And these people are back into the community. And that's one of the shortcomings from immigration. Not just to receive these people. There are some crimes these people committed. And it's not even compared to some of the crimes that some of our folks who are behind bars for. But when these people are abroad, you can't just release them to the society. In Liberia, if somebody is charged with rape, tried, and convicted, when that person is released, you just find the person in the community. The developed world, which we won't cap it. There are restrictions of your movement. Just for instance, if you have a school around your school zone where you find kids and they know you to be an infant molester or pedophile who have gone to jail, you will be given restraining order not to go at certain level. They will tell you how many feet, the distance away. You should not be seen around a particular area. Your photos are there. But we don't do it. But people get paid for the kind of jobs that we're doing for them. People get paid for the education that we're providing this morning free. But the carrying position, the carrying title. You say, oh, the men are counselor, the men are the minister of justice, the attorney general, oh, the men are the commissioner of police, the men are the director or correctional. And Bill, the big titles can provide one level of education. You know, the mistake we keep making in this country, why we finding communities or crime breeding communities, because we fail to provide it. It helps reduces the work for the police, for state security. Because when the crimes are less, the officers will have time to spend with the family. But once the people are educated, but they pay small. You find an officer wishing for somebody to commit crime. And you can settle it. You find somebody in the traffic officer. You people observing it. You find a place, no stopping, no parking. There are folks who do not know what they call stop from park. They are commercial drivers. Some of them do not get formal education, but they still do not understand all of these traffic signs. There are some who have been able to learn it in the process. Now, the traffic officer goes and hides himself, waiting for somebody to commit a violation. And soon as that person does, and the man jumps from between, and they come up and say, good, give me a license. And would I even provide education to that man to tell him what wrong he did, even if he got a ticket, educating him that he do not repeat it, probably might have the chance to educate another person. And what it does, it reduces the number of crimes or violation. Yeah. We are failing the people to provide the education. And that's the reason why you see things are the way they are. Go to the schools. Some of the things that you expect the kids to be taught, they are learning it outside. We know you will not learn everything, but some of the major things, civic education, the function of a lawmaker, superintendent commission, what makes up a city, what makes it a township, The function of the president, the speaker, the deputy speaker, they protect the ranking order, who is the highest ranking officer at the legislature. Who next? Who next? The Chief Justice, the Supreme Court branch, 30 people, the judicial branch of government, who make the law, who execute, who enforce. How many persons? Even folks walking out of tertiary institutions in this country, at times some of them find it difficult to comprehend that. But if you tell a man to counter politics, why he know nothing about, he ready to talk politics because you spoke something and it was directly at his political leader or his political party. So he get agitated. And he thinks he wants to fight. You don't even know the law, ignorant read it. The political leader lying out somewhere, you're fighting for him or fighting for her, or you're fighting for a party that cannot even stand to defend you. Go and see. And these are some of the issues that we are having in this country. Youth groupings, civil society organization, the churches, the mosques, our religious community, our young folks who have always think that they are intellectuals, university campuses, provide this education. All of what we have said this morning, when you get to meet places, you got the director of communication who should be out there. You go to the police, yes. You got the community services division who should be engaging community leaders, talking to them. There are some problems when you even go to make an arrest. Community policing, that police, once he sees that problem that can be resolved, you play that role. You talk to the two parties. You can enforce. If one person refuses, no, then you can move. But if you see a need to talk to the people that, look, this matter is now beyond the reach of being settled here. You can settle it, and you can even put them together. And at the end of the day, you walk. You don't have to reach to the station, taking statement, putting somebody behind bars, and the other person wants to go to court. So when you sit and provide the education to the people, that's what I'm saying. 2026 it should be a new total year for all government institutions and private institutions. We will almost get on the bandwagon and start to provide the level of education. This is becoming so much. People don't even know the drug law in this country. People don't even know the quantity that you should be seen with that amount to you going to jail. How many persons know that? How many persons? Even some of the people who say, oh, yeah, you DA officer or you police officer don't even know. So by the time they see you with, they grab you. You drug dealer or you're taking drugs. And you are taken to jail, you've been paraded, and people see you as somebody who is a drug addict or a trafficker, or you dealing. So when will we sit to tell the people and educate the people that will help them in the process? Let me take this break this morning, and be right back on this wonderful, wonderful day. This is something that we need.
What picture can you give them on each of how do you want by the time you leave the presidency? Or like you have to be in these specific areas under the agriculture. What kind of agriculture do you want by the time you leave or you exit the presidency? Education. What are we looking at? What can we visualize? Health, sanitation, tourism. And then maybe finally, under this aspect of my question, is the issue about, do you pick up some time to drive around, see how the country looks like?
You know, we talk about a very difficult country. And the first thing was to make good about international
up country, where you going? I am going up country, and I've been to the country before, but I intend to do that. By next year, when the yellow machines are in, farmers are ready. When we bring building bridges to connect, and I can go to the people with a message. See this? This is the work. I want to open up the country. So, yes, I go to places that are close by. But the more difficult places, you got to fix them up. So I intend to go around the country. But first, let's take care of the crew, low-hanging issues. Take care of them. We're not going there, but messages are going there. I haven't gone over there, but now they got TV station, they got radio station, and these things are and the people are feeling them. So when I go, it will be a matter of
The broadcast would like to say welcome and Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous 2026 ahead of us. To all of the folks, let me say good morning to you, Mr. Zizabi, and there in Tinga's village I was following, and the entire family there as well. But I'd like to welcome all of you again, as usual, to the People's Program on this wonderful, wonderful day as we gradually, the president will fulfill. We understand that the president is spending his vacation, his holiday in Lofa County. As a matter of fact, the president hails from that side, and he wants to spend some time with the chiefs and elder if the reports are true. It's good to go back home at times. But this is why we are today, talking about our inmates and asking those that will give the list to the president if the president will not go himself from across the country, should do due diligence, and the right people should be out, and those who have just gone there and have not yet served even half of the time they were being convicted for should not be released. Don't do it for money. Don't do it for money. And we're hoping that this time around, in the national budget, that when they send people from the Ministry of Justice to go defend the budget, you'll please, Committee on Judiciary, Committee on Security, and all of these things, sometimes we hear them say all of these big things, but they got dropped in the ocean, in the budget, for rehabilitation. Today we see thousands across Liberia of young men and women who today are falling prey to harmful substances out of peer pressure and all other things. Imagine in this country you see somebody that you expect to be mature, grown up, peer pressure can carry them. They are used easily. Then what about somebody who is not even educated to read and write, and somebody is giving you a harmful drugs to take? Just the other day, on Saturday, there's a young man. There are some who say he took drugs. Another person said no, he attempted stealing, he ran from another community to another community. Imagine you climbing a pole that is almost 100 or 200 feet and say you can't come down. And find that area as an escape or a hidden area for you. And all of these things. So we have to make sure that government, you see me, talk to your international partners, that we can make use of government farms or somebody vast land. Government got eminent domain. Some of our technical schools across the country, the inmates can go there, acquire skills, that when they are released, they become better person. There are other countries that are doing it. There are folks that will tell you in Nigeria, I went to jail, but I came out with this certificate, with this diploma. There are folks who will tell you from Ghana, Sierra Leone, other places. Because when you come in conflict with the law, when the law punishes you, that body, that person should not be just given a punishment, but that person should be taught that, look, it was because of this that you served the term, but you're going now as a whole new person. You came as somebody who did this, and that's why you were brought here. But after months or years, you go into the outside world. Your civil rights have been restored. And you come out and become a meaningful and contributing citizen. You see people see you now as a role model. Somebody you even become motivational speaker. You are moving to schools. You're sitting for time, asking for time on radio, telling them exactly what are some of those things. You take them the time to go to Vero campus, university campus, or intellectual forums. You go into community engagement, talking to the young people. But we don't see these things. We don't. We don't see these things. You hear, oh, they send a man for 5 years. The man comes from jail after 5 years. The man is just still the same. Or probably worse. Somebody commit murder. And this person was sentenced to X number of years. And after that, the person is released without any form of rehabilitation. And this person is not reintegrated. Oh yeah, they free the man. And sometimes when they free these people at times, when they are brought back, the community people celebrate. You see them running, clapping, happy. We have seen it plenty of times. And after a few days, you see these various young people or old people going right back. And they are celebrated upon their return. But you know, it is incumbent upon all of us to make Liberia better. For us to fight to change the narratives. It is not one person. So those of us who have the chance to sit behind the microphone with the camera, people with control, we must be able to provide education. What do you give back to your society? Some of you who are police officers, you know the police, the medical people, the journalists, we almost do the same work. There are folks who are currently on vacation. Go to ministry agency, most of them parallel in terms of the Southern Yomboga skeleton staff. Most of the folks are home, they're not working. Some will be going back. You will go to the banks. But go see those officers. Day and night, they are working. I don't know in how many years. This is the very first Christmas. I don't know how many years I'm going to spend with my family. And still it's difficult because I'm working day. So I have gotten so used to it. But we will be here on that faithful money, and after long, and some of you will be home. But that's the call of duty. We're not complaining, but we're just telling you that you must be able to sacrifice for your country. The government will not do all. You want to be the leaders of those people tomorrow. But you are failing to have them educated. You won't be the minister of that ministry. You won't be the director. But the function of the ministry agency, how you provide. Folks, I like to say, welcome again. It's time that we talk about some of these things, and it's time that we go to the lines this morning to talk about a couple of issues, couple of things to talk about this morning on this edition of the Morning Ride. So if you are there, call us on 0775 919 919 080 919 919. The two numbers you can call us on to be part of the conversation this morning. Make sure that you lower the volume of the receiver or you walk away and speak precisely to do all of those things that we have spoken about on this wonderful, wonderful day. But we are certainly here again from the city of Painesville, Montserrat, Liberia. This is the People's Program, the Breakfast Info Compounding Program. And I'm here this morning. I'm Ricky Brooks, and T. Nicholas Barkley controls the video master advisor alongside. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see, if you go south, you can see a lot of youth out there. They use it for swimming, they were practicing here. There's no training for them. If you see that man, we got men after 2 months, they will get around 60 years, that's the and these are the problem. Go, Katana, everything. Now, no training there for them.
Yeah, because and these things are even violation of the human rights. You know, the person committed a crime and the law taking action on the person, but the person should not come back as the same old person.
There's no training.
Yeah, let's talk to other callers. Good morning. 0775 919 919 080 919 919. The numbers you can call us on to be part of the conversation and follow the broadcast this morning from wherever you are. Whether you're in Dubai, you're in the United States, you're in Afghanistan, keep following the broadcast. Let me talk to other callers. You're live.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I just said all this morning. I'm calling this morning. So I just said it all. It's when people talking on the media, where government supposed to request information, people can give it to the Nigerian people. Some of us people, oh God, some of us people, we thank God for you people, always tell you for us and get our Lord life. Happy New Year to you and Natalia.
Okay.
God bless you and God bless your family. Jesus mighty name.
Amen. Thank you for all of those blessings. You know, you see, this small, God bless you, God bless you. You can carry us and bring us, you know, to the extent that the blessing is always upon us by His grace. For folks, it's always good to be part of the conversation. It's always good to talk about Liberia because sometimes we leave some of these things behind, and that's why we. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Nathaniel Watson calling from Johnsonville. Wiki, you are saying, but you see, the comment that the president coming to say, some people who are like corruption party, they will not bring people, they will be doing things and things, because those who are still on there for long, they will not even want to go there, but they will be taking their family or brother or friend, who are children, putting them outside. So we asking the president, let everything go on straight, let everybody be having their fair share.
Yeah, because that's what. Yeah, that's why we're talking. Let the people do due diligence to the Liberian people. We want a full listing of crimes people committed and how long some of them have served. We don't want just the president released 75%, the president released 10%, 20%. Let know the crime these people committed as well. These people have served. How about the term?
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want other families to violate right by action I was taking and somebody in the next 2-3 days see somebody out. Good morning. Yeah, the Oracle.
We just thank for the work, so inform the Liberian people. But I think I want to talk about the issue of the executive committee.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, most of the people who are from this are pre-trial detainees. So you only have a record on the first day. So that's one of the things. You can't tell me what the other person went to jail for. There is no record system. You can use some dish as a storage to keep somebody there everything in the court. You know, there are almost things that make some people go on there. You have to even argue with somebody. You know, deep there, do some small argument and carry some dish. Then most people think. So at the end of the day, you will see, like the previous caller said, there'll be a serious speak and truth because once you don't have credible record on those people who are there, how do you put them up? If you even go, I went there before. Our team went there. If you ask some people when they are there, come on, I was displayed. My sister did it and the phone pieces of my sister. I think it's pure. What you see, you can transfer crime. They say, I don't want to be able to.
But that's why we're asking that those who should be able to release the full listing of those crimes they committed and how long some of them have served. Because you can't just be releasing people only because under the cover of darkness, because somebody gave you some money that you can release people, and people who should be released are not released. Because these things will create the animosity and still divide the country, because there are people who know they saw people murdering their family or committing acts that today you see them that it burn you, and you know the person has not even gone 1/3 of the time they've been sentenced for.
So yeah, I think we should be a special committee developed for civil society. I think civil society should stay that develop and get and those on the.
And you know that they have the constitutional powers of the president, Article 59, the 1986 Constitution, except we see how best the president will dedicate and say, okay, then when you bring the list there, I'll do the executive genocide.
That's right.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is something that I calling for the whole world.
Please go ahead, sir.
You see that when you see the information you are giving, it happened right here in waiting of the past government. From President Trump, we are government. That's a police car who went all the way when Chevron car. Then he was sitting for 25 years. After 1 year of inspector in the community, I just shouldn't know when I put him in there, free man. When they not breathing. And it's they don't breathe the person on it. That's why you trust instead of what do something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So we're calling their attention that they should do the needful. They've been paid to do a job. It should not. We can't pay you to do a job that you won't get extra pay to do the job that you've been paid for.
Well, can I be trusted to do the right thing? Then they don't put the deliver the president. So if we're going to do everything that when he's going to do a job, yeah, man. That's wrong. I'll see, man.
Yeah, thank you. You know, sometimes these are some of the things that we normally leave behind and must be able to talk these things. This is not politics. You see, this is not politics. But your political party will not tell you these things. They will not provide the education to you. They won't tell you go through and right. They tell you put yourself together, you gotta go demonstrate. But these are things that you can demonstrate for people who are wrongly behind bars, that you have trial for them. The people there, some of them they are dead. They left there. Some of them left there. Their relatives, they died. Their children died. Good morning.
Yeah, we will thank you very much for the topic this morning. I forced them on calling for a second time. You know, there are no system in place in a country. I didn't comment trying to postpone. But there was no system in place from the time of 1847 country, you know, independent. Even that 1822 when the federal NAS and NAS. There are no system in place. But I think you could take the idea of bring the question this point on million for us to understand how the country is proceeding. So everything can be read on one government. Let's start it, you know, the fish can start getting rotting from the head. If 1847 was the private started, but people didn't know at the time for our close, that when I put our opening. Let me tell you the truth. For our close those days. I know you are a vice president or what kind of president.
Yeah, you are the first president. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Demba. Let's talk to other callers. You're live. Good morning.
Okay. So anything, the president don't do it.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you know, the president is the head of the country. So at times you expect the people to point fingers. But most of the time, that we have tried to educate the people. Most of the time, the reasons why fingers are pointed at the president is that it's a level of illiteracy and people not understanding the Constitution of Liberia. And there are 3 separate branches of government, but they work in coordination. So you find out if they're pointing the finger at the executive, specifically at the president, But the president also has full responsibility and takes some of the blame
because he's the chief executive of the country. We understand the president will not be everywhere, but he has the able lieutenant. Let's talk to this caller. You live.
Mr. Brooks, good morning.
Please go ahead.
Company of the station. This is business partner. And I come from District number 6, Postmaster County. Mr. Brooks, let me appreciate you this morning for the topic on this part. It is a very serious problem we are confronted with as a country, but we start taking into serious consideration. While the Ministry of Justice who supported the NFL rehabilitation unit, people who are police parents, reintegration and learning space, as the name mentioned, people who have been sentenced for like 20 years, 10 years, if they are learning category at a rehabilitation or correction site, when they come back into the society after going through all that proceedings, they will come back to be a meaningful and entire contributors to improve the economy of our country. Well, that is otherwise. The other thing that you find in so big, if someone will be in prison and be calling you, I made a mistake. My man said, I don't send the money back, made access to your account. Yeah, go ahead and send me the money back. If you get money in your account, now you call. It's down there. You can't imagine listening to the report I just came out of contact. Any draws or phone in South Beach, who took the draws there? Who took the draws? So that's the biggest thing I'm going to face. And as the president is about to exercise his constitutional right, executive right, we pray that it will be done in a rightful way. As you rightly say, it should be publicized. Not only publicized, it should be published in all newspapers and television. If I cannot read, I will be able to see on the screen.
Yeah, because some of the folks, let me tell you, some of the folks know exactly some of the crimes these people commit. Some of these people committed. They follow the case and they know how many years these people been sentenced. To see the person after, maybe they say you're going for 15 years, 20 years, then they see the person after 2-3 years, somebody slip their name and the president grant clemency. You still divide the country because there are families who are still held. There are friends whose lives you took away. There are people who you destroy. And they see these people walking scot-free in split second while others who yet to be tried and stay behind bars.
So we ask the Justice Ministry and the correction site to publish all of the evidence that will receive executive clemency by the president in all newspapers.
Let know the crimes. Let know the crimes these people committed, and let know how long they have served. Because the executive clemency talk about you must have served 50% of your sentence.
All details. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, we have left these things behind too much. You see, we just do everything. We're all giving record. We're all telling the people, yeah, the person did this, the person did that. Yeah, I agree. If somebody was sentenced for murder and have gone 50% and executive clemency, yeah, that is there for the president. But it depends. But we don't want to see people who just yesterday, yeah. We know families in this country currently that are hurt badly. In the birthday open, they saw police officer discharging weapon on a motorcycle today. That officer is out and walking scot-free. After not even spending the time that he should have spent. Good morning.
Mr. Brooke, good morning.
Good morning.
And let me say good morning to His Excellency President Walker and Representative His Ononinga. So this is Kekwa, someone is Kekwa, and I'm from Maji. Let me say, compliment listening to you and to everyone who follow Cool FM every day. So, I'm a member of the United Party in the Legal Bureau anyway. You see, I think justice should not have eyes to see. Justice should not know what tribe somebody come from. Justice should be on a basis of somebody getting the right what they deserve under the law. That's by a status in society. But our country, sometimes we're gonna country we're in and where God sent us. There are two ways, like he's saying, right? Pre-trial detainee always at the custody of police or maybe at the court, but some of these reasons are sometimes the people who stay on our bond, maybe they haven't made themselves available or maybe they were told to pay something for somebody acting or what it is.
Yeah, that's why in executive clemency they actually let minor restitution of fees. These people can be granted executive clemency.
Okay, so another key point you're stressing, including other color, is that people who have been in jail for a number of years, but with no time, you soon also they are bluffing, they are boasting, they are saying all kinds of things that are causing that they harm to. This thing, it can lead to reoccurrence or somebody creating crime. Because, for example, if somebody regularly kill my relative or maybe stole something from me that was dear in my heart, and I get according to code, the person was jail for 5 years. Will you feel more? I see the person also come to my heart, or I see them on the way they are posting to me. Sometimes
this is the part where the people lost the trust and confidence in the judicial system when they see it. Nobody wants to go to the court any longer because he or she thinks that you will see the court. So you want to take matter into your hands.
Seriously, because when you go there, you feel that I've been there before, I'm not getting any justice. In fact, the person I get, I spend a lot of money, my money was not even, giving back to me, but I see the person, other. So some people lose respect and credibility in the justice system in the country. So that's why I say, I don't know where person or the only prayer that I can say, and I think the president is doing well, we encourage them
we just need, yes, thank you. We just need to urge our leaders to do the best. Urge those who are serving in this position and urge the people to continue to read and educate the people to understand the law. Let people understand. I know people who are hurt. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiki folks.
Good morning.
Thank you. The remainders are some quality for the command of this RM. Wiki, let me say thank you for bringing this topics. Like sometimes when discussing with friends and colleagues, sometimes I saw that person somebody just say, thank you, everything. When you and someone have problem, because you know what confrontation, because you know what to go deeper, and you say, let me invite the law. The moment you say, let me invite the law, when you go, right, this is a case of police station, the field police station that cohorts. Police station and cohorts. When they put in with holding cells, they say the name jail, police station get jail, the guy with holding cells. But when you come from there, they say we enemy now. That means when they get the police station, I will never invite one KB. Oh, when I go to go back, when you come back, they may say whole generation back, they accuse of jail, they'll be your back. And because we are not educated to these things, the essence of going to the law, I feel that I'm good and right. You feel that you're right. The laws will tell us who right, who wrong. That is the reason we are going, so we can find the solution. But when you do that with him, someone say you're enemy for life.
Yeah.
Because I'm educated. They were educating us. And this thing is required. Because the Constitution says we should be educated every step of the way of the government is its functionaries. That's what the Constitution provides. Right? Now, when someone offends you, or someone can bust into your door, it's stolen for you. When you carry it to the court, they say your primary facts, where's your evidence, is not sufficient for bring a man, he killed it, blah, 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 blah. I
need to do it, and that's why we're asking everybody. So you see other countries say, oh yeah, they go too peaceful. Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
Well, I can't complain. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm a calling from FBA.
Okay.
Yeah, really, the topic this morning is good, but I really want you to topic like this. Those various laws that grant people to go to solve this. At least sometimes you read it out to people to educate them before bringing the kind of topic.
No.
Now
we provided all of the education. Probably you were not listening. Look, there are the law is very clear. When somebody having problem with you, crime that if somebody alleges you stole, when the court can handle the matter, you go to the police. When the investigation starts, police will charge you. If based on the charge that the police give you and follow you to court, and the court, when you don't have enough evidence in the man, they'll release the man. But now they get what constitute murder, suicide, or first degree, and all of these things. But the laws are there and clear.
Yeah, but I think the president will not make a mistake and free somebody that not supposed to be free.
The issue is not just wholly resting with the president. The president might not have the chance to go across the board to fire everybody. But if what will be submitted to him is what he will grant. That power is given to the president from Article 59 of the 1986 Constitution. That granting, but the president can only grant non-capital offenses. Yeah. Maybe somebody stole, somebody can pay, somebody, but people were fighting, you got no money to pay, and after a period of time you can't pay, you sick, financial hardship, or you have served, 50% of your sentence and all of those things, but now where you go from it, don't have crime that you go to gang rape. Good morning.
Good morning, Information Brooks, and good morning to all workers in staff of KOOL FM. This is Peter.
Thank you.
Information Brooks, you people are really putting us on guard, but when it comes to this issue of compromising, Information Brooks will generally has a case. People will go to that court as a family when somebody is killed. A person and family compromising, killing things where it's already into government. They look at that too. Why will be compromising about killing? Somebody is raping his family, a family, and my uncle's son, and my dad. It's supposed to be like that. You understand all these things you are serving as Lord for us and giving us information every day. Like a ministry, the information ministry. But yet and still we're not following the regulations and rules.
Okay, thank you. Let me talk to other callers on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Complimentary assistant.
We should have seen.
My name is John Dolo, and I call from the airport of Kuaton, like Kingston. This morning, my heart is struck at a discussion. For the fact that 5 years ago, I was in Grand Cayman County, I've been a equipment facility there. You will come to see that people are there with postpones. Common postpones, some are being loud, noisy, for over 1 year. 2,000 are going out there holding, they cannot pay, they are being held in the prison facility. So, why is it that the president have the constitutional right to grant clemency? I think those are the kind of people we should be looking at across the country to see that the prison facility can be released, or they not get information or family units. But the greater thing is the issue of the legal advisor and the justice minister. We are seeing that one of these administration and justice minister are performed fully in executing his duties. So most of the time, we don't hold the president responsible. Because sometimes the people who review the cases, including the probation officer, they do not write a report. They report on a fraud stream. So at the end, when the president takes a decision, it becomes binding. And these are the situations that bring chaos back into the community, because if somebody offended me, they send the person to lack imprisonment, on 2 years to see the person getting sentenced to come out of the community, that's so think otherwise. So I want to thank you very much, and we'll call on the president to thoroughly review whatever list have been presented to me for you to grant clemency with them.
Okay, thank you, though. Let's talk to other callers on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so we are hoping. Okay, let me talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Oh, thank you. We can let me say good morning to you and listeners. And this is all the we let that flow for this kind of topic. It is necessary to be for people to cross with society, not everything possible. The people who are in the city, they are very important. But one thing we should know that those people, because the person has the right, the constitution right to read certain people, but we ask those who are in authority that those who commit this kind of minor crime, because when you commit such a you see people are in jail.
Yeah, the Bureau of Corruption, correctional, the Bureau and the Ministry of Justice, they all work in line because
Yeah, so I want to confirm with one of the forums to see how there's a flow of correction and other people. They work with the council of churches, and then 3 days later, those who need to be up, let them be up. Because I can never ever, at one time, not to call a show that one day they're going to study from one day, and it's still not that bigger deals normally letting anything they always talk people. So you see, they think it's kind of something. It was serious problem. When you take kind of people bring it out, they need to adjust it. It comes our country or our community. They start to give people to repent. They have started society, they have started community. So with accidents, let us deal with the corruption and let them free. Let them be free. Those who did not condemn it, those who are overseas, let them be free. Set the record straight. Put it here in the person. Let's go to Lord. They have been. There's all the president would be his terrible criminal and government. All these people to the president. All these people, the president now over.
Thank you. That's why the president got able lieutenant and dedicate responsibilities to these people to perform as well. Good morning. Yeah, so all of these things, let me talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really took it to take out of Peter McCullough, and I joined the district now most of the country. Compliment to the CC.
Thank you, God.
Again, I'm going to make on the topic this morning. It's very, very genuine. That's why the Constitution gave every president of our country the power for executing clemency to those people who are in prison. But some of the causes of people going to prison is derived from we as a citizen of the country, especially people in authority, that boom, we are not in authority, boom, we will demons late at night, and then we carry on the action, and then those here will walk away freely. Like for example, 3 months at the time we have one here today that was long because who they was led to steal, they use us, now they other, people when they're in position, and when a kill Allah, and there people who are innocent to that lead issue. But what happened? They went and worked on things. Yesterday, a current speaker went and picked at one of the police in the Jordan. It's a violent, more violent, that causing people that internet, that caused people to go to prison. You have a lot of people who tell our judiciary that they were never taught. You think you tell so many of us are never taught.
You're going far from the discussion. You see, this is the problem. Every time we try to discuss something, you have found means to put politics into it. We will not allow you to take the focus of the taste.
A lot of these folks that are in prison, Ambassador, to my opposition.
But nobody carry you to jail, go ask you which party
Which party you from. So, discuss the kind of issue, if you're very careful, politics. So that you see the interest of your people. If you politicize the whole thing, then you're leaving your people out.
Yeah. You go into the current speaker, you go into you jump the man city, and you jump over government, and you come to the other government. You see, you can't be. That's what we say.
And people are not in jail because of that. They're in prison because of that.
Some of the people that behind badge with the association with the CDC or the Unity Party, the Liberal Party, crimes that they committed, they did not commit it in the name of the party. the party did not send it there. Some of these things were done individually.
Sure.
But because they are associated, you make it know that it's politicized. No. Why somebody went to were involved in an armed robbery and unfortunately were caught. But people have seen this person associated with the other party before. Should they not attach the party to that man?
No.
He went to commit a crime, and you come in conflict with the law. The law excuses no man. So when they take you, you must be able to answer for your action. And what we are saying today is because some of the folks who are behind bars, they are behind bars because people who told them they got no interest in the case or no cases. Because as far as concerned, especially with some of our unethical people from the judicial branch of government, will just sit and the man goes ahead of you. Same morning, says when you tell the magistrate, you tell the judge, say, no, I make you say you will rearrange the case. Send a man to South Bay. And the man goes to South Bay, nobody runs after the matter. He's there for 3-4 months, 2-3 years. Family abandoning. The same man who told him there cannot even go until sometimes people will have to go and obviously, but the person who brought the case no longer have interest and have not been able to provide any fact. They will release them. Release him with all being tried, but he being stereotyped that this man or rape will all being tried or convicted or exonerated. But everybody knows he went to jail because he raped.
And a lot of these folks sometimes, a lot of them, their attitude. Someone have been taken to police stations several occasions, and people just abandon them, saying you were here, you were looking, the other case they need absolutely, or you're leaving, and then he's just being held as a pretrial to the next day. So we should be very careful how we put political issues, because we may just be affecting ourselves.
And that's what we're saying. The executive clearance the president about to grant these people. We need to know the names, the full listing, that it be published in the newspaper, that it be, the other media outlet can publish it, can read it out, and let's see the crimes these people committed. Because we don't want to, if I go by, somebody who was seen in the open, shot a motorcyclist, you saw him the other day.
True.
And you don't have painful, it was.
Sure.
Somebody who are going to jail for 25 years. Less than 5 years and walking around feeling free.
He's outside.
A bread, and so many people, let me tell you, so many people you see behind bars are still a breadwinner for their families. But because of this, people took advantage of them and have the financial strength or they connect.
Sure.
They are behind bars. Some people today, look, the thing is peaceful. And this is not politics. Some of you today, if we don't sit to educate our people, we don't sit to provide the kind of understanding. You will go to jail and come back, you meet your family in total disarray. You will go to jail and you'll be in prison, your ring will be sent to you. You will come back and see your wife are remarried, your children, all of them, their names change.
Yeah. Some people go to jail, come back, expecting to be your loved ones or family members. You won't see them. They've been dead and gone.
You in jail, they're telling you your daughter getting married. You in jail that your first son died and you are not allowed to attend the funeral. Your wife's funeral, your husband's funeral. Do you sometimes sit and think on some of these things and just forget about politics? People go to jail for the wrong reason. You saw Archie Williams in America.
Sure.
Very close to 40 years behind bars for crime that he did not commit. When he was released, he cried sinking. Knowing like, bro, we don't know when we will reach to that fact. Where when people go to jail or convicted for a crime that they did not commit, they still pay. They settle these people. That's why we bring back those lost years. But they must be able to settle you to some extent.
Yeah, and Ambassador, looking at the track record of presidents according to executive clemency, it's a provision in the law, but it's based upon the information that have been given to the head of state that can precipitate those issues. Yeah. For instance, if you check back in the days of former President George Weah, there were executive clemency a lot of the folks, but then the category of those that should be released, there were all issues that went on there.
Issue of race.
Yeah.
There were, people outside.
Yeah.
Who were convicted murderers.
Yes. They used opportunity.
and rape.
You see?
But because if you see, when it comes to executive clemency, rather about the category granting executive clemency, just simple. They say serving time. Inmates serving over half their sentences for non-capital offenses, and that's major crime.
Yes.
Then they say behavior, good conduct during incarceration.
Yes.
They tell you that you start fighting, but you conducting yourself. Then they talk about vulnerability. Elderly people, permanently who 50 plus, or terminally ill inmates. Some people sick.
Yeah.
Keeping them there. Some of the sentences they carry contagious.
Sure, it will affect
other
inmates in the prison.
So what you got to get the people.
So it's based upon the kind of information given to the head of state.
Then they talk about financial hardship, inability to pay a minor restitution fees because you got somebody behind in jail for $50 a year. They're making a full $50. He behind that. Who pays it?
Yeah.
So when because at times you see the president will have the time. What the president did, he have the time to go there and ask.
Sure.
Yeah. You go there and ask. Oh, what was it? 2008 or 2009? Yeah, I was fortunate to have gone to Grand Jury with former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And there were people being asked to the correctional palace. People being asked. So when they ask you, what are you here for? I remember a lady who said, you know, she starved one of her friends that were fighting. So the former president said, okay, thank you, man, yeah, go back. You know, said the other one, you have some Nigerian guys who were singing, they start meeting them, singing up. When you go ask them for it, that's one crime.
Yes.
So, you went to the kitchen. Where the inmates, you ask, the other one said, I don't, she put in somebody money, the person said, bro, you must say, pardon is that. You look for these people. These are minor crimes, non-capital offenses. But people should not use it because your brother in America, he knows who, because we know Liberia.
Yeah. People use it.
Some already going on. Some people calling the phone and saying, my man, just tell the man home that I will send him out.
Yeah. Let just be in jail. That's all I want.
No, so the inmates from them right now, they're willing to pay for their relatives to come off.
Yeah.
And they are prepared for them to just leave Liberia right away.
Sure. And sometimes when the right information are not given, these are the people that are benefit from those things, and those ones who are pre-traumatized, who will stay long there against their will not be released.
Yeah.
So you see, so the information that we given to the head of state is very much important. And that's what we call on the level of the Ministry of Justice, the Bureau of Correction. They don't see the need because we always hear in the overcrowding of the prison facility. The prison facility always overcrowded.
The people publish the number of inmates that the president will grant executive clemency to. And let's see how many years they will be sentenced for and how long those who been granted executive clemency, the crimes.
Yeah. Because when your case come, within 2 days, the amount of cases that will come and the target get filled, when will they call you from the prison?
Good morning.
Yeah, yeah, but exactly what is happening, while you are saying, because the things of people who don't have the people who have it. But all have the happen to be funded. So when the fact went there, my friend went up, the way I was only somebody out and therefore was attacking the door that had a mental focus to touch me. You see, so myself, I have no money. So when they asked, I have myself, when I explain myself, they say, then the woman because I got two for something. But suppose that there was three complaining a problem. But there was same place of the bank.
Yeah, you see now, reportedly your testimony to what we're discussing, you saw it for yourself. Somebody's taking you to jail for 5,000 because you can't afford to pay the money. They carry you, left you there. But at least you were able to speak, and because that's one of the criteria to grant executive clemency. They talk about inability to pay minor restitution fee.
So you owe the person 200,000, you pay 15, 5 leave, the person didn't know they can't accept it.
I'm here. I'm here. The fire from the
Thank you. Let's talk to.
Especially the kind of season period.
Good morning.
I think it happened.
Good morning to my two great ambassadors.
You're welcome.
Pastor Moses Sion.
Thank you for the exclusive recognition. I'm calling you from my new resident around the Coca-Cola 5-year belt. I want to say compliment of the season to you guys and your family. You know, when all you people are discussing important issues and then people take their feelings and put it into it, then they want to like mix everything up. But thank God, like some of you guys, when you go remain on your track, nothing can distract you. So for over the years, from January to now, for me, I don't have much to say. I just want to extend my thanks and appreciation to you guys for your hard work, for your dedication, for everything you people have done for the Liberian people. Many of us have branded as a sedition, UPs, whatsoever. But you guys have stood your ground. It's not that I've been listening to you almost every day. I will listen to you guys. It's just that I've been on the weather, so that's a reason. But once again, I want to say a very big thanks to you and everyone on your working staff, to the CEO, to the least person, as you may say, compliment of the season. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. You're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Nathaniel. Compliment of the city.
You're welcome.
Yes, the general guy. I'm part to command. I call on the ambient of the university. I think the issue of the executive climate state, I think people rapidly think that it's intended for people who consider
So Fasu, the statement you are making represents the Unity Party, when you say come on the ambience of the Unity Party.
Yeah.
The statement you are making, is it an official statement from the Unity Party?
No.
But then not lead the party thing. Fasu, just go ahead with your point. Because if you say you come on the ambience of the Unity Party, whatever you say, now what Unity Party say?
No, ambience of the Unity Party is a letter beautiful.
Okay, please.
Let's go to the point. Forget about that.
Yeah. So the issue of the executive cabinet, the president has called to embark on at the various places facility across the country. I think for the non-capital offenses, they have been a routine thing from our Afghanistan. I was then following people who committed non-capital offenses were let go, were given a executive clemency. But there have been some allegations of money exchange at the training facility intended for this particular store, because there are people that have been responsible for that. There are people who support stores that have been at the training superintendent alone with the post. But it's alleged that the people at the head of it are basically money for family and saving of inmates. Yeah, taking money from them in exchange of putting a name on the list, on the cabinet premise list. We want to pray as the president is about to be back on this endeavor. We want to call on the ministry, dispose at the Ministry of Justice to do due diligence to ensure that those who enroll on the list, the only should be people who enroll in further to be vetted fairly.
Okay.
Instead of money exchange here.
Okay.
Thank you. You know, don't forget now, the head of the medical unit at the Monrovia Central Prison, you know that she was caught pens down. Where, how did the people get to know? Family were paying, allegedly family were paying money. That look, just make sure once you say the person is very ill, the person must be released to seek medical attention, released to medical leave. That inmate is so sick, because the report is coming from the medical area. So whatever they tell the people have to listen to it. So we don't want the kind of thing. And
the meantime, for the person to escape.
Yeah, to
escape justice, yeah. You see that. So by the time they put you outside, you go to the person go Africa, the person go Maryland, the person go Togo. You see.
You know the records are there of correctional officers being caught with drugs.
Sure.
Taking things to inmates. Cell phones and other things. And if we do not clean the system, these things will continue to happen. And you see people, every time we run major holidays, for like July 26th, we talk about
August 24th, November 29th, Christmas, New Year.
You see people finding means to see it as a shopping era.
Like I say earlier on, so probably you're in the money deal. Probably the person gets 25,000 and the person will pay 20,000. The 5,000 you demand that the person should pay that balance. If not, you take them.
And that's why we said to the justice system, blah blah blah. This 2023 will get it in. All of the government ministry agencies, they need to seriously invest in education, in providing the education for the people. This thing, we're not going to take it lightly. I'm not going to do people work again.
They should not be doing our work. We won't do our work.
Yeah.
So what is there for the media? Let me give on to the media. For you to find a responsible institution sponsored by taxpayers' money, they will never give information to the public. They will never give information to the public. Like you mentioned earlier on, the public information section of the Liberia National Police. They should be in the communities, educating people. You must educate the people with the laws. So that when they come in contact with the law, they know that yes, this thing I already did. But they don't know the law.
No.
You see, they know the law. They're not being educated. And some of the issues that they take to court can be easily handled when they go to a court or police station.
Even to the extent, the judicial branch of government, the communication men down there, comes on ombudsman, the radio on the floor. They should be sitting on the platform.
No, they say they want for the media.
Guess what?
Our work.
If I go back, you know, the society we find is so gullible. You know that people got this belief, and without trying to disabuse their minds, people who in authority, who should be providing the level of education, there's this mindset that once you and the man having confusion, and you people went to the police station, and that person is jailed, you feel justice served for you. That's not no deterrent. You find a person leaving the person there and running the community, carry the news. They don't want to say she got beamer or he got beamer. They lock the person up. You certify.
And you will never step out.
You will never step there. It's the same. They go to the court, influence decision, and say, no, we got too many cases right now, so you got to carry the man. They carry the man, or they carry the woman to one of the correctional palaces in the country, and nobody cares to go there. Some of the family can't afford. They go to visit 1 or 2 times. They never go back to you. Sometimes they are called, oh, you come for your relative die. The relative, your relative too sick.
Then that's the time they want issue to be addressed in that very moment. Whereas you got to be following the process. You see, you don't even know whether your person could be released. There are provisions there, but because you're not following, you don't know. You abandon them, and they are there. You see.
I was reading something from some of the folks write out. Some of them are writing, doing which one of the year when that American guy was killed at Mama Point Hotel. You still got 1 or 2 of the guys who stay in something, and they say, oh no, they were not the move. They require a Bob, Bob move.
But they are held and they stay there.
Yeah. Now the other man, somebody is advocating for him because he went there. In his youthful age today, he was adult. So we might just see or hear more of these cases. Not because we read it right here in Montserrat and go to Southview, but go to Grand Jude, go to Maryland, go to other places, go to Cattle and see people, and go you see some of these facilities, the ratchets that only people. We're waiting for foreigners to even carry food for them. Christmas coming out to carry food for them. Poor budgetary allocation for rehabilitation. Like I was saying earlier on, I was at the airport the other time. They brought some Liberian deported. And they were still showing almost the identity that they brought them back. Using the center finger to people who were standing looking at them.
No remorse.
Down to people going back into communities. What crime did they commit in America that they brought them to Liberia? Because if people can live in a country that is sophisticated like America, with all of the technology, can manage to rob bank, can hijack vehicles, will rape and murder somebody, will beat the system with drugs, then what more a country like Liberia? And we don't see anything wrong. We don't worry about these things.
No, worry about it.
We don't worry. Because you already know you got huge peer pressure and you got people who can very easily influence people. And you get carried away by it. By the time you realize that you already been used in the process. Yeah. You got somebody picking them, these young boys when they say this around somebody men say, man, you're gonna stay here, man. You're not gonna do what you do. You start to daring to Torah.
But the fact that the people even see those people that come from president in America, they hail them. You see? And because the government institutions too that are responsible for processing the people, just bring them and bring them back to their family, and not knowing the negative effect.
And the Jones security. Please. It's time to do some serious work in this festive season. Our young brothers and sisters who are falling prey to drugs, you must not vow in the morning when you come to work. I don't know whether they got continuum or they got one warehouse where they'll keep the guys.
I got buzzing.
King Gray, when you see the young people on the road, you think that accident are taking place, but not accident. People standing and people, the other man standing, laying on the other man, they're sleeping. You see potential young girls. The next Nathaniel Var, the next Emmanuel Brooks, the next Emmanuel George, we are adding, you know. You see us losing whole generation. How do we clear these people? Where do we take them? It's troubling. And we play politics with almost everything. Your first drugs, to the extent you got people in the private sector who are even more committed fighting than people who think that they're in top government position or they're in political position to act. But tomorrow, those very people you see over there are the people you will take the t-shirts to. You will take the barrier. That's when you get to know how valuable they are.
You want to protect that boy you want.
Yeah, because you need those votes.
You want it. You want the numbers.
Are the potential vote that you want to change your life because you go to somebody kids want to go back home. Yeah, in matter of fact, imagine Saturday, late Friday night or early Friday morning to Saturday. You find a young man, what are you, high on drugs, or he ran for another community, allegedly that he attempted stealing somebody. The man look at a tunnel and claim and went way up. People petting him to come down. When the man come in and small, when the crack come in, the bang and start going back up. It was not only small to bring a man down.
What you go do there?
When he shut down, he said, under a safety area. They took the EFA, police, and other people to persuade the man to bring the man down. And when they brought him down, you know the angry crowd. And so I was asking the other officer, I said, this is the part I always have. What did the man steal? Did you people see it with him? Or is it been alleged? Then the police said, get a criminal. Police, the FF people, you know, they put them on that tactic. They had to run with him to a nearby police station. All of these things because the guys want to go support the bad habit. You know, I was told that on Friday there will be a match, and the CEO of the Nigeria group of companies, Elton Jones, I was trying to read something that. He one of the persons who have gotten involved in the issue of fighting drugs to make sure that rehabilitate young people get there off the streets. You know, this fight is not an event, it's a process, and that's why every time we say these things here, there will be major intersection right now. It risk it to even go home after a certain time.
Yeah.
The guys are hunting. They need the support, they have it. And they are seeing look, there are people who have come from all the time to spend the Christmas with their family here. People have come from America and other parts of the world. They're here. Right now, schools are closed. Some of the kids are at home. People giving money for kids. People to go and buy the Christmas clothes and all of these things. People buy and sell food. People will harm you. So if our state security can give the kind of support to people who want to, you know, help. Or we wait to like the traffic officer, most of the traffic officer, like you put a sign out, don't park, don't stop, then you go hard. Soon as man violate, you jump from in the corner, he said, hey, I tell you. And you only find a man, you get what you ever had, but you will not educate him to tell him there's a difference between stop and park.
Sure.
We're not educating the people.
When you want a man to commit a crime, then you get reason to hold him.
When you're reading some countries in the world, they say, oh, the country is peaceful. The country, one of the most secure countries in terms of crime, the crime rate very low. They did not play magic. They invested in education.
Education the people.
They make sure to have the citizen informed about the laws of that country. When you do this, this is what I will do. This is the punishment. These are all of the things. So
we're strongly lacking in our area. We don't want to educate the people. There are plenty of important things that our government institutions are doing, but the people don't know because you're not telling them.
Yeah.
So the day you want to do it, almost like you don't hear assistance to them. You just come you new. Whereas partners, donor money being invested in an institution to transform the lives of the people.
And some of you even helping to do well, but you're not informing the people.
No.
You are not even going to the right people to have the people informing the people. Imagine somebody will take his or her hard-earned money and put on street lights. And before you know that, man, see all this other leg on.
Yeah. But it happening.
Light that should be security, but the man, he or she doesn't know. That's something he or she sees. That's something that can give you your parcel and put you in the mood. So you take it down and sell it to the next man who thinks he knows the value of it. So it will start to provide the education early. We start having community engagement. We start going to schools, to the marketplaces, using civil society grouping, youth grouping, the churches, the malls. You see, if I survive, the thing we're joking with, the people are taking pleasure more in this country than the way they provide the education. Just imagine yesterday they had one other festival. Go and see young girls and boys in the street yesterday. Half naked.
You know, it has been a tradition now. To the extent that the male and the female to expose themselves in the public. It's a common thing.
We are losing it big time. We are losing it big time, and it will catch up with us.
It will.
Even sometimes some of the people that you least expect, they are password in. The immoral act is so high in the country that nobody cares to do it. People go anywhere and sleep with anybody.
Yeah. It's just normal.
Wake up in the morning, you come into work, you see nice. You see young potential people who should be doing something, you find them just going home, getting on back.
That's sport.
Then you ask the question, how did we get here? Even some of the people, when you least expect to be part of it, you see them in the morning.
It's not normal thing. This is normal. It's no longer a problem.
Then we get up, we say, oh, and Christian praise the Lord.
You see what people should wear in bed or in their house, they take it on the street. When they say of my life, oh, I gotta do what I gotta do. Because, like you said, we're losing it. On a serious note.
But this is why, you know.
Because institutions are responsible and no longer educating or taking people responsible for these things.
If after the West so most of the schools are even failing us, the parents. Most of us, the parents again, are not even parenting well. We see wrong and support it.
Yeah.
We don't even ask. How many times you find a parent won't look in the bed for the kids because you say you're too busy? How many times to know what if the child does assignment or this child is on and going to school? I carry extra clothes. Go to the beaches. Go and see all around. We got the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We got the LDA. We got the Liberia National Police. But see the proliferation of ghettos.
Yeah. Even the very parents that would say, oh, say no to drugs, they are the very one finding means to bring drug into the capital.
But right after saying all the drugs, you saw 30-40% of the people that were caught are all females.
We really need to wake up.
And the reason why these things are affecting us, like I said earlier, institutions are failing the people. Government failing the people. Political parties, they just want a number, they're failing it. Look at the worst set of people now in the country.
Yeah.
I will be that. Look, that's the worst sort of people you can find in the country right now. And you rather want to be useless than political party in this country. They lie. You know, I don't know. People lack more in the country. You want to lead people, but you want to miss and lead it while you want leading. You go around the Ministry of Youth and Sport, you see ghettos. Don't even go King.
And we still say we want to transform society.
Don't even go King. You see the men standing up, the guys are looking at the LDA office. You get people who almost will be taking their uniform or going in the grave out, the same men in the camp.
Yeah, we get high and come back.
In the morning when you see the girl, you wonder. Right now, go see. You'll never find it around so easily. No amount of good things that we can bring to this country if these people are not rehabilitated and the capacity is built. There is nothing good that coming in the heights. So we're wasting our time. Base car street, but they'll bring it down. You park, they say, oh yeah, government facing the road, you park crush that it will steal it. You saw the people taking the nozzle when they're painting those street lights.
Yeah. They were taking it off.
Carrying it to go sell to those who got trucks, going to the truck garages.
And if we just continue by just saying we arrest people from the street because of drugs without educating them, we will not be solving the problem.
That's not even a solution.
We will not.
You just come to look at something. Even those that we don't normally take from the street will say, oh yeah, get a man to detox the person, rehabilitate, you bring a member out of the community. We do not even reintegrate them. You just send a man in the community. The people staring to the man, I mean, I draw at it. Even if you're trying to talk something positive among the people, you say, no, I mean, I draw at it. And at times, you have a relapse. So you've been ostracized, or she's been ostracized, she goes back.
Yeah.
She goes back.
So, but the play I'm getting love from. I'm not being loved outside, so let me be able to put that love me and take it to be a normal, a natural process.
Just imagine people giving birth that the children will never know them in their entire lives. Somebody telling you, oh my people, my baby, me go party one girl. Leave the child in our innocent woman hand and you ran away. She takes the baby. You go to the Ministry of Gender. Wash in their eyes and see the number of prostitution that is taking place in this country. I mean, commercial sex are getting to the point that nobody has tried to do it.
They bring a way of life. Income generating process now. So everybody.
Even to the extent you find a young man doing it. You know, they have one young boy. Yeah, man. Look, sometimes when I see some friends, one early morning, you know, somebody come very early. And some of the officers, some of the folks said, oh, that's annoying. You see him passing the main road. And he's looking for somebody, some money to, what are that man when telling you, get what you get, let's do it quick. Tell the officers are chasing him, now, not somebody running that morning, he said, what you think that he do? When he goes to the club, the girls who are at the club worry about his presence there because he say he can take all the good men from in front of them. I'm telling you something serious.
They don't know how those things and they are bringing it out. You see. And you know,
and those people, those children are working from homes.
Some of them might even lose their way home, ambassador, because of some other parental issue or family issues. But the society should be concerned.
Yes. The
society should be concerned to get the people back, reunite those people, because they have a future. It will just abandon everybody. A government, our partners are spending hugely. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you hear the money our partners spend on institutions should be helping and you get surprised. Because why? They're not telling you. They are not educating. But you hear one institution from way America or somewhere outside across the sea will say, we are spending some money on Liberia on this project. But the people there, Liberia is not in the business of educating people. It's bad. And I hope that this, because when the media comes out issues, that's how you're going to stereotype people. Oh, the person like that. Oh, the person hate the person. The person hate this person. Because why? The messages that will be coming from the media, they don't want to hear those things. They are the ones to propagate those messages. And we try to people work.
Yeah, and the failure again, by the way, is the direct representation of the people.
Yeah, they don't make us.
Which part of the people living in a country that I'm destroying?
Oh.
When you got lawmaker country, and they will hear about some of these things, to even say themselves, to be proactive and creative. And say, look, what are we hearing? The number of crimes. What will my district be a crime-breeding district? That we hear about armed robbery, rape, murder, people hijacking people overnight, and all of these things, violence. What are some of the reasons? What are some of the causes? Let's sit with the community leaders.
Mm-hmm.
How many communities do we have? How many blocks? Call one of the town hall meeting. Let's sit. What are the issues? How do we address it? Let me see what I can sit with the Liberia National Police to have a patrol overnight. Let me see what I can talk with the city corporation to control some of these nightclubs. The time they play music. You talk about city audience.
Even the community leadership, the local leadership community, don't even care. Those people who have the intimacy within the community, they will play loud music in the morning. They still playing. They care less about the people, how they sleep. All they care about, they want to do their business. And we also have a responsibility. These local leaders at the level should be engaged. Let me tell you, I want to ask the folks, how will you tell me that there's a ghetto or somebody producing drugs or selling drugs, transferring drugs in the community, that the leadership of the community is not aware? Because to just get people out, that's the easiest way. But they will say, and I'm a business, or the people doing that business. You see? Yeah. But then you'll see young people in the morning, the evening, going there feeding on those substances. Yeah, they're leaving homes, getting wayward.
I want somebody can harm me.
Yeah. You see? And I want issue I'm going to take out the new year. It's so irritating. You want them to get club, you know what? These things, get your pop bar, right? The sound remain inside. When you get inside, when you hear the music, but the music is loud in the community. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you really selling in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock? You still play music loud for the community people wake up. The boys will wake up and go buy drinks, they sleeping.
No, that I told you the society.
Or you did something that your customers, when they come in at night.
The society is getting so bad.
Yeah.
And you know why it's getting so bad? It's because the good things, the bad things, to separate now is difficult. Yes, the churches put in the big speaker also after the pastor can preach.
Yeah.
So the cloth to say to call a customer, they have the fee that they wait to call a customer. I tell the poor competing.
They do the same thing.
Until we can sit and rearrange ourselves. You know when Dr. Palace says something to us, we gotta redefine ourselves.
We never
went for her, we booted her. We gotta identify who truly we are.
You see?
The old people doing the same thing, the young people doing the same thing.
They want to transform society. But at the end of the day...
But they got anything to convince the young people to get in the streets.
Yeah, to protest.
That energy, that convincing power is there, but you are not in the mood to convince the young men to leave the ghetto, to leave the street. You are not in the mood to convince the young lady and say, look, this place is for dead bodies. This place is for people who have died at the resting place. You cannot seek shelter here and be lying in your grave feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
We pass there, we see these people.
You see,
but we will go to mobilize and get in teachers there, just join us. You know all I want to get.
Or your cameraman will buy 1 or 2 load there. You're taking you're making the crew act. You see there. Using it for the wrong reasons. Why are political institutions not open the same as conventions to educate young people?
Vocational school.
Vocational school.
You may hear them say, when I get the power first. When I get the power first.
You see?
You see, go ahead. And you know, somebody who supported this government, brought this government to power, in person of the former BBC journalist, he did a write out to the president. You know what he said? The president needs to start engaging community, having town hall meeting, or else there will be serious disconnection to the people tomorrow.
But yeah.
And I can give you clear evidence it happened to former President Gambia.
Yeah.
He was fooled from the first day to the last day that the people so much love him. He got disconnected because the wrong messages were always being sent to him on his decks.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he was caught pens down. He couldn't believe it. It is the same with this president. There are people who making the president understand that they're doing extremely well. They panelists, they're blowing their own trumpet. But when he comes to realize it,
you know, when
President Baga said it one time on the radio.
Yeah. That
when they get there, but you see that for his age, you will not be troubled by becoming president again. So those young people who have already a vision like around here, that in the party, let them sit down and make themselves unpopular and think that President Baga is already president. Like former President George just said before the event, he said, me, I'm former president. I still getting my benefit and other things. Now you're former minister. When I get LB.
And they usually, what do they do is that when they know the president going somewhere, they want to mobilize to see the reception. And that's not it. Imagine if the president was asked the question whether 2029, he said, well, why should we worry about 2029 when we're having 2026, 2027, 2020? Why would I worry about now?
We tell you we are about to enter our first 2 years. Then I start thinking about 2029. But you will never be focused.
A lot of them today, a lot of the officials of government, whether in the first branch or the second branch, that 2029 they're thinking about. All of them are 2029 they're thinking about. The other people say, they're waiting, let it divide the district so they can force people, they will help them win where will be. You see?
The other man.
You think about how they will run the district.
The other man, like cousin, the other man came from Japan, that's going live, I see him put in the raw, and put in the pump. He said you're going bombing, you're going poke some pump down for the people.
I tell you now.
The man going.
Yeah.
So somebody commented, then he said something on the president.
Nobody's you talking about. When you talk and you begin answer. You see?
You don't know why? The things that you bought, that private initiative, but a government car you are putting it in. Those man, how you treat the government car? How the hell are you going to put it over the car?
Our government will send you. Government send you. when you want to get your private thing, why you send that go? When you go to the government will send you. Then you bring property for your operations. We don't treat government like this.
The late Dr. Joseph Pato did not see the Manayani Johnson Salim. Oh, the ministry looking too good. Umar went to the ministry on finance.
Yeah.
He came late.
So money you need to work.
You know the old ministry of education down Broad Street.
Yeah.
You know they used to put the lantern in.
Yeah, the tag away. Yeah.
People used to stand up and you
really on the corridor with the stairs.
Go outside, you got to be fast because you'll be inhaling.
So that's why man, you get a phone, you claim somebody else take it from you, you know who take it from you.
Come
on. The ministry was getting too bad.
Well, I'm going to some funny thing. We've saying one change.
No.
That boy check and say, Labrana change.
Then when the president got there, he won't go up. What are you going to do now? Time they say we don't work, you're not there.
Yeah.
You see? And the similar thing, Ambassador repeated.
Professor Ansu Soni too. He went start telling former President George all the good things about the school system. The former president just went one day
let's go to one.
He just went one day for one tour. He started feeling bad. He said, but the report giving a bad report out. Chairs sitting on broken chairs.
And the same thing happening to this president. On a serious note.
Well, man, the senator that came from on break, Senator Donkey and other folks, yeah, all right. Whoever brought that person, they put them get tarpaulin. Some of the school D roof is not even operational.
But when you go there, you ask the leadership there, they say, well, everything all right. How's Grand Crew? Oh, Grand Crew oral.
If the president just called all of the superintendents and say how the county is, how my people, President will tell you. The people can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
And it will shock you that
even you have election today, the people will vote for you.
It will shock you that some of the places, even when you finish telling the president, he gets there, they boo him there, the president not feeling bad. No, but you fool a man. And how the emperor was naked. Yeah.
It's early order.
When they wear the hair high, they don't joke to hair high. We need to be honest. We need to be sincere to ourselves in this country. There are too many things we need to change.
Too many things.
People in the private sector struggling to help make contribution in community. They see a lot of potential in the young people today that we call Zogos and Zogis and all sorts of things, wanting to change their life. Yeah, trying to get to them. Even we that sitting here, we don't have it as compared to other people, but we still strive to help others, that we all can get it together. Because it takes the burden from on you. Yeah. When a young man is fully capacitated, can hire a hammer to knock one day and earn $5 and take home and feed his family. It helps when a young man can go and start doing plumbing where they put themselves in cooperatives.
Yes.
You take them from the streets, you carry them, develop them, and when they are gone back, you see them with the 2 kids. They can go open their own woodwork shop, carpenter shop, the plumbing shop, where people constructing the houses will go to the place and say, please do all of the plumbing work, do the breakdown. Right after, you see somebody doing construction. They got a construction friend. They got the people who there to do the plumbing work. They got the people who there to do all of the basic work. Before you come to yourself, we turn your keys over. We can do it. But you don't know how to convince these people to get into politics.
They start to become part of transforming their own community. They waiting for somebody. You see? But I say, yeah, we're in protest. We want to come in numbers. Yeah. When they finish, some of them, they will carry their behavior outside. They will get in conflict with the law. Police will hold them, handle them. Some of them go home with wounds and all those things. They say, hey, for the party, for the movement, for the group.
But then I'll stay on the Jersey Road. This guy from the Bogota group are coming in Elton. I saw him trying to encourage on so many occasions the young guys. So Saturday morning, they will go to your house. You sit down with them, talk to them, try to, convince them. At times, you buy just go on the field for them to just have on fun, play football and sit and talk to them. Look, they think you got to be consistent. Not one day when you do it, you need a minute. Yeah.
You saw the then LD, one of the officers in the PSA, Romeo Swan.
Yeah.
So I thought Romeo go in there, Romeo said, I'm coming to arrest her. But I really want to tell you why you put in that kind of thing. What we can change? Till one of his former schoolmate or classmate saw him and began to hate him and hide himself. Later on, he keep on hiding. He said, well, man, you my friend, I know you. And they begin to talk. He said, well, man, the thing why are you saying, why have to see you like this from today? I play a little drugs, I will leave it. You see, we can be a serious motivation to the people. It's not like going to raid them, take their cell phone, take money from them and do this. No. And it even help lessen your work. Provide education for our people. As we close up this year to the new year, we want to beg our institutions, whatever one it is, you please teach the people, educate them.
In the midst of education, we can't do anything.
No.
Even the drugs, you see the people taking, they harmful drugs, all these substances. You know why they're taking it? They have never been told the effect of it.
No.
They have
only told them that because you eat a situation, you get high. It helps you.
And they're telling you about when you do that one, it made you to feel something that way in a war of your own.
You see?
But if we start to provide the education sooner and say, look, if you take this, this is the effect it will have on you. It almost like the thing we do in the country, matter of fact, parents. We told over the years, we told sex to be taboo, that we would not explain to our young sisters. Sure. Today, someone they are wayward. Today, some of them became mothers before even they got 2-3 children before like attaining the age 18 or 20.
So when they were doing well in school, they flip-flop. They cannot go back. They are now mothers, grandmothers. You see, we have to do more in this country. Even the religious institutions, the churches. It's not just about going to the church. Oh, your blessing coming. They tell you, your blessing coming. Your poor offering. Then they come to you. They say your blessing is based upon what you give to God.
And what's there coming? You can't be listening to resolution.
It's not help our people.
They think you might not have $1 million to make your contribution. If you can put yourself in a position and change the lives of 2-3 persons, trust me, people are motivated, and changes come about when they see their friends that other than what doing just almost the same thing. You start to ask yourself, well, if this person can be like this, what's different? I can't be like this.
Yeah, I can be.
You know.
You see, let me say, you see the lives of Mia Kawon.
Yeah.
She's so passionate about taking young people on the street, helping fellow women. You see, let us all contribute. But if just 1 or 2 persons doing this, it becomes a huge burden on the people. You see, and I hope that our folks were able to get a message. You listen to the president when they were asking about why you listen to other radio stations. Look, let people rebrand this our society, because we will not help somebody because of this person gets angry at home when they want to use the media for.
Yeah, they got people. Yeah, somebody begging for $5. People begging for $1.
$1 just to survive.
We telling that place that all heaven, all rosy. Every part of the world that you find. I was looking at something in Germany just the other day. The ghetto. So zinc shot that where people have some people like that can't afford that where they can go and rent on the outskirts of one of the cities.
Imagine you're like, bro, you can't live on the street, but in America, you live on the street.
Yeah.
Tell me that.
You find people wrapping themselves in blankets. Some of the people who can extend.
Great, this country get better.
When something breaks.